everybody! Hello. Welcome back to Fate of Isen, Puka Pukarua, Book 2. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians, proud members of Kiwi RPG, Kiamu Whakatau o Aotearoa, tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. We kōrero paki, we tell some jokes, hopefully save the world, and we do have a whole lot of fun along the way. So thank you very much for coming along today and checking out the stream. A little bit of a late start, a little bit of a late notice. So if you didn't get your notice and you dropped in late, apologies for that. Usually I flick you out a bit of a pretext, but bit of a chaotic start today. I nearly died off stage, which is, a thing. No, I'm kidding. But I did choke on my dinner. Which was quite dramatic for a moment.
Yes, we are concerned.
Please don't do it again.
No.
But thank you for joining us today. If it is your first time visiting Isen, then welcome. For all of our fatties who are coming home, welcome back. It is great to see you here again. We have obviously a whole lot of story to tell you today with our Book 2, episode 67, Audience on High, but I have a wonderful cast of heroes to help me tell it. So let's throw it over to introduce the Sidebars.
Kia ora, everybody. Hope you're doing well, keeping well. I don't know where the sentence is going. Hello, I'm Severin. I play Dexter Clementine on the podcast, who is, despite everything that has happened in this world, still somehow alive. He truly is the cockroach of the D&D world. And I've now moved on from describing him as not being a monkey boy to now describing him as a cockroach. I'm aware of this. He's going through the animal kingdom. We're going through insects. Next time might be reptiles. Who knows? Over to you, Erika.
Oh, hey, I'm Erika. I play Taryn Grimm, the Water Genasi Storm Sorcerer. And yeah, it's going good. I'm ready to nap, just like Taryn's ready to nap, and we're not going to fight anything now. And I'd love to have that good, sweet, long rest at some point. Over to you, Kasia.
Hello. My name is Granny Sabinka, reclaiming my first name as well as my last name. Half-elf druid. I do not have an earthly persona. There's no player. It's just Granny Sabinka. The half-elf druid. By the way, some advice from Granny Sabinka. Chew your food. Eat slowly.
Don't do it while she's mid-food, please.
It's gonna happen again, no.
A mom of a person I know who is not the player Kasia has swallowed a carrot the other day and almost died as well. So chew your food.
Before the food chews you.
Yeah, exactly. It can happen. Over to you, Julz.
And hey everybody, it's your girl, Julz, eating on air again. Back to the original days where
it's vintage.
Where Marley Craft ate KFC for some reason every single time she appeared on the episode. Julz didn't get time to eat dinner again, so bear with. Only our recording is better now, and you don't have to hear any of my cool mouth noises, which is fun. So I'm stoked for you about that. Really stoked to be here at this point of Book 2. Lots going on. Lots just happened. I'm super happy our Sidebars made it through the last episode. There was a lot going on last time. So, let's talk about what happened, where we find our Sidebars, in terms of picking up our episode again. So, where we left the Sidebars is...
We got this. Julz, you rest the voice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know what? Yeah. You know what? Okay.
This is kind of a mutiny, but a very focused mutiny in terms of doing the recap.
A caring mutiny.
So, on the last episode of Fate of
Isen.
Echo. Caves after possibly being attacked by somebody in the party. Let's not play the blame game or point fingers here. Escaped through a hell portal, which is a fun thing I didn't know bands could do. Apparently, if you become a musician, you just get the power of the video game Doom. That's very fun, very cool. And some things, because when you open a portal, there's omnidirectional, apparently. Some things came back through the portal as they came in, because they were curious of, like, what's this thing that isn't part of a fire world? Let's go explore. So we had some hell wasps, and we had a vrock, who was a bro because it was attacking the hell wasps, and then turned on us when there were no more hell wasps. So the relationship with the vrock really deteriorated. We tried to save as many people as we could. Dexter had the option to throw himself through the portal, and I maintained the fact that he didn't is why he is still alive.
And then you hid in the audience. Where were you for half the... We couldn't find you to assist you.
I was punching. I was punching and I was helping.
He was helping.
I was punching and often missing, and then trying to help audience people escape near the end. But that was a gnarly fight. That took a lot of our resources. Those of us who have spell slots apparently are quite low on spell slots.
Pretty much out.
I just got these first.
Pretty much out of spell slots.
And so after defeating these nasty hombres, we got a audience with a roll on eye. In that basically, like, it's the least
full circle.
you could do from us helping.
What are they? Is their hair coloring got to do with that? Never mind. You said nasty hombres, okay? Jesus, brothers. So yeah, and then we punched, and then we like saved some people, and then like Granny threw herself between the wasps and the people, and then there was like kapow, and there was like ice bouncing off the wasps, and they were like, "Whoa, ice!" But not really. And then no, sorry, it was electricity, right?
A bit of both.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The vrock had hella resistances.
Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't like lightning, or it liked lightning. It didn't like thunder. The lightning and the thunder. Bring the thunder.
I do like that clanked as we said lightning and thunder. That was in the spirit.
Pretty slowly when we've got a fork.
But yeah, from long-time podcast listeners would know, it's rare that we have a combat. It's a lot of exploring the world. It's a lot of interacting with each other.
Yeah, sometimes
so that was
friends
gnarly.
Of things.
And we did pretty good. They're all gone.
I mean, we're still alive.
Most of the people are still alive, and the ruler is still alive, in his more right mind.
Possibly.
I'm learning some things. I'm learning you'd like me to actively try and kill you some more, so that's fine.
Pass. No.
Passively, actively. Enough that it's there.
What's passive
I'd
killing us? Like we have a
just,
disease?
hold the kill.
Lots of fun say so we can do
Passively,
this.
actively. I don't know what that is, but it's my new favorite DMing style. Passively,
Passive aggressively. And so yes, before this whole fight and this whole life knitting thing, Taryn dispelled magic on the roll on high, and something blipped.
He thinks it was the hell wasps and the vrock that did it.
This is also very true because it happened at exactly the same time that stuff started going down.
Yeah.
Do you get to know what you dispelled, or is it just like something has now gone?
Not yet. That is up to the DM. I don't think I get to know.
I don't think you do, and that is highly frustrating.
Did we recap good, Julz?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We done good?
Yeah. No, yep. I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, the ruler rushed out right at the end there with all of his, big crony guards, only to find that you'd already dealt with it. And being that you seem to have acquitted yourself quite well and put yourselves out there for air when you didn't need to, because you're not even air folk. He felt like, you deserved kind of to know what is going on. And potentially maybe some of the few people he can actually trust at this point. You're not exactly sure why he feels like that, like he's just ready to spill his guts for some reason at this point, but probably we're about to find out.
Sorry, can I just confirm that his guards look pleased about this, or not pleased? Unpleased. Displeased.
Oh, that you guys have done this great works for them, or?
No, that the ruler seems fine now. I feel like we're all inside on that.
Yeah, they are pretty happy about the fact that the ruler is okay.
Great.
A lot of the guards have been dispersed anyway into the crowd to help out. As you remember, nurses are popping in, people are being carried, people are being helped, basically. So a lot of the guards are doing that, but he is still surrounded by a couple of guards there who just seem to be always with him, a personal consort, but for some reason weren't before. Probably because he was trying to be approachable for the festival. He looks around and sort of sees that everything's being handled, like the nurses and the guards and the various people that work and live in this palace particularly have got what's going on, and he gestures behind him to that corridor that he ran down out of, that you and the vrock were heading to before. So he kind of gestures back down there, and it looks like he's sort of inviting you to follow him as he sort of turns around and walks.
From the ground, Taryn's going to turn to Dexter and say, did you want to bring your girl with us as well for questions? She's over by the doorway, just waiting.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, that seems like it could be a good idea. I mean, she's really helped us. At least kind of get this far. And Dexter's going to kind of motion over to the huss, as the kids would say.
Wow!
What on earth?
Already calling it.
Yeah,
like one fight and you're all
much.
I'm wondering how much of that was playing up that he's forgotten his girl's name.
Yeah, it's been a long week for everyone.
Zephra?
If makes you feel better, I'd forgotten too. So
I remember
didn't.
Orly's the sister, which is so
Yeah.
annoying. It's like, why is
Aurelie
that
is
the
the
one
one
I
that
call?
is missing. Yeah.
The one that's not there.
yeah, because I know that you'd be
Maybe you're
really
into the
mad
sister,
to not.
really.
Yeah, it's like secretly into the sister. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh,
sounds-
Dexter's not that much of a dirty dog.
Yeah,
It's more of a
that's
cockroach. Yeah, so he's gonna motion over to Zephyr, or as Dexter will call her, "Hey, you!" And say, like, does she come over? Does she like get the hand to her? She's
Yeah, I think she picks her way over. So she, it's a bit of a trip over as she's sort of picking her way around people, kind of because you've had to sort of wave, like she's way away. She did get a bit closer when she realized you were talking to the ruler, like, so she'd sort of gotten a little bit closer. So after a little bit, she's there, and she's just like, "Oh, hey, that was something."
Yeah, just defeating these hellish creatures, like, no big deal.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Neither. Those were, nasty creatures. I hope there's not any more of them. They seem to come from the portal, though, so we should be safe now, which is good.
That's not what I meant. I've never seen anything like what you guys did before.
Oh, and I mean, we did it a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, weren't you
Wow.
at the
Mostly.
fashion show?
Mostly,
We did that then.
yeah.
just got
To be
better
fair,
in the-
at the fashion show, you just kind of got grabbed a lot and slashed into the ground a lot. And
That was the trial run. Training wheels are off.
yeah.
We leveled.
I think this is like the thing at the end of the movie where Dexter gets a kiss. So, Granny steps away.
I could imagine Granny leaning in and be like, nah, kiss. Nah, do it.
Yeah, Taryn
Granny
closes
has
eyes
changed.
but kind of like parts fingers.
I mean, I'm just glad that you're safe and that none of these nasty creatures got you.
And she's like, well, she gives you sort of the start of a smile, like, how could they when, I have you? And
Can I shape a little snow flurry above them just to fall down? I don't have rain. Well, I could actually shape water, but you'd get wet at that point. At least snow is
I
pretty.
can do druidcraft,
It's
so
a
I'll
wetness
throw some like
miracle.
petals of cherry blossoms. Go for it.
yep, Druid
This one?
craft some petals. So you've got
Yep.
petals and snowflakes, apparently, above you and Zephra.
There might be a leak in the roof.
Ultimate wing people.
She's like, yeah, this is weird. What are these? I've never seen these before. She's
And we
looking
just-
at petals.
We just look over to Taryn and Granny, who are like moving their hands, obviously casting.
What is the chance I met a guest who was playing a kazoo earlier? Because I really want a kazoo in here.
Kazoo.
And she's like, anyway, like, are you talking to the ruler on high?
Oh, yes. I mean, again, not a big deal. We just kind of saved his life. But, yeah, all in a day's work for us heroes.
You're incredible. This is a very strange day. But okay. So
Yeah.
can I come?
Yes. Hopefully we can ask about your sister.
Who?
Not this. I forgot because we fought these hellish creatures. You You have a sister. You have to look inside yourself and remember you have a sister.
You're
Please.
weird.
Okay.
You're being weird.
Do we all remember? Or is it just...
Actually, yeah, am I metagaming this?
I don't know
Would
how
Dexter
the spell
remember?
works.
No, Dexter, you passed the save, I think. So I think you knew that Caves was trying to cast something at you, and you passed the wisdom saving throw. I believe Granny failed the wisdom saving throw, but Taryn also passed the wisdom saving throw. So Taryn, you would remember that Zephyr has a sister.
Yeah.
Granny,
And-
nah.
Granny already thinks Dexter's
Okay.
weird, so that's fine.
That's all right. I was just trying to see if I had any sorcery points to get a third back, but I am
We're
short.
Yeah,
I
because
can't dispel magic.
Dexter, believe women.
ordinarily I do. If there are no spells in play, I do. Trust me.
That's what they all say.
He's walking away.
Let's go.
I should probably go.
Dexter's gonna do like the very comical, like cartoon skedaddle.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, she skedaddles after you, sort of staying close, looking around a little bit, just in case there's, I don't know, more house wasps hiding in a hallway.
Oh, okay. Well, Granny's gonna be like, "Oh no, you first, Taryn. No problem." And just like, with like a cane.
No,
It's
Granny.
fine. Don't wait for me.
Beautiful injuries. You go first.
Yeah, no, Granny has partied so hard that she can't really walk very fast. So.
That's right. We'll both hobble together after the lovebirds.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you follow the ruler down the hallway. He kind of is waiting for you at, quite an elegant double door. And it opens up into a room with like a big, large table, lots of chairs. You can see that the main piece of this is this main table, and he sort of makes his way to the head of the table and sort of gestures at the rest of it. All in and around here, you can see that there are other tables sort of that make up this room. Some of them seem to have like maps on them. Some of them seem to have books on them, ledgers, accounts. There's bookshelves all over the wall. So it seems like very active, kind of like working, rolling room. Yeah. Ruling room. Whatever you want to call it. It's not quite as like throne room or, this is probably where all the actual action happens.
The war room.
The strategy.
Yeah.
That one.
And so he gestures to all of you to sit. And he's like, I have news. I'm not really sure how concerning it is. But if you are saying, as you are saying, that caves is something to be concerned about, then I do believe that we should share information as to why you believe that to be so and why I now have deep concerns about what Caves is doing. Caves is doing.
Mr. or Sir Ruler on High, Your Majesty, every time we have encountered caves, things have gone wrong. And I land that squarely in caves being behind it. If it was a coincidence, it might have happened once, maybe twice. But every time, caves is the common factor in everything that has happened. They cast spells, they mess with people's minds, they made me run into a forest, I'm still not thrilled about that. And now they've escaped through a hell portal.
That was my
They
first
are-
time, so 100% rate on caves being bad.
One of one. It keeps happening. But they also might need help. And that's the strange thing about it.
Yeah.
When did you find that out? Was it before or after you attacked them?
Kind of a bit before, a bit during, I'll be honest.
That's very suspicious, Dexter.
They're
Why
a
attack-
suspicious. They're a suspicious group. Everything they do is suspicious.
What do you mean? They're pretty good. Am I still feeling really
He's so
friendly?
charmed by them.
Yep.
Oh no!
Okay.
Well, they're very musically experimental and compelling in their storytelling, and their harmonies are unmatched. So
course
if you
they
want to listen to Pickled Pampers instead, then maybe you should go there. And
Of
I
course
get a
they're
bit
compelling.
offended.
That's how they get people to do their bidding. You can't do that if you're bad at music. People are just gonna leave and tell you to go pound sand. It is the fact that they are good musicians that make them evil.
He's looking at all of you as you have this conversation with confusion, and he sort of like shakes his, quite like obviously bird-like head, and then says, "Let's start with something simple. Just call me Archon.
Oh,
I know.
you're still here. Oh, cool. Hi, Archon.
Yeah.
Archon? Could we perhaps call you
That
AC?
feels racist. You cannot call a birdman from the sky Aircon.
Con, yeah. He's a rogue.
That's good because I called him Archon, but sure.
And the New Zealand accent betrays you.
Oh,
Like as
Aircon.
an Archon, but sure.
Well, Archon, it's nice to meet you. You did speak with Caves before. Can you tell us a little bit about what you chatted about?
Yes,
how did that go?
I can indeed. I have been investigating several things in my kingdom over the last few... Well, I suppose I've been investigating some of the things in my kingdom for what seems to be years now. How much do you know about air? And he just kind of like... And what we have that we are dealing with right now.
I've heard that the entire place here is progressively sinking down towards the earth.
And with that, he sits quite heavily in this chair, like clunk. Yeah,
Which-
yep.
Cards on the table. I'm from Earth. I'm happy about that. But a lot of people are not. And they're unhappy about that. And so I want to help them.
Well,
The other
you
thing...
probably wouldn't be saying that if our entire kingdom came crashing down on top of the Isen continent.
Oh, I imagine more like a floating situation. No, that is very not good.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's only so long. I imagine that whatever is holding us in the air, whatever Eriseth left, the power that he imbued into this floating home is obviously failing. And none of my advisors can inform me as to how long we have. All we've been able to do is measure how high we were versus how high we are now. And make some...
Right.
And he seems like he's sort of holding his feathers in his hand and feathers in his wings. You know, and sort of, you know, looking quite forlorn as he sort of outlines the dire of what he's considering about this.
Oh, well, ruler. Eri? So, I met a chap about town who may know why, but he seems to think you're not listening to that, what he's saying, so...
Is this the person that kidnapped you?
Oh, kidnapping is a strong word, okay? He's
Granny
very
nap.
friendly.
Borrowed, not permanently?
Yeah, just invited to take part in a search.
Borrowed
he-
against your will for a period of time and then returned you.
Yes, exactly. Well, the
then
key thing is that he did
threatened.
return.
That
Um,
sounds like kidnapping, but more temporary.
But he
That's
also
the
threatened to
name.
push you off of the island too. That's also
Yeah.
not
It's
great.
just hard. Like, he's just
Thoroughly
pushing
awful.
himself, okay?
If anything, he's more sus than Caves is.
No.
Taves hasn't at
Sounds-
least kidnapped anyone yet.
Yeah.
He didn't hurt me for the entire time we were together. And he definitely wants good things for the kingdom, and he seems to think that there are people disappearing who may have something to do with the sinking of this kingdom. Sir, have you heard of him? Talking to the ruler now.
He is looking very confused at you because you seem to have been kidnapped and now experiencing Stockholm syndrome, and he's looking at the other two for some kind of like reassurance that this woman is on the level.
Look,
I'm looking better than ever.
It's true.
I trust
You actually are.
Granny, but a lot has happened.
Yeah. Yes.
Look, a lot has happened to you. I'm fine. I have never been felt better. So anyway, so we have a meeting with this chap who seems to think that some of your missing people are powering this kingdom now. And that sounds completely sane and rational to me. Is that something you've heard of? He seems to think this is something he tried to communicate.
Yeah, he is just looking like very shocked at this piece of information. I'm like no like passive, insight checks or passive perceptions, like he clearly is shocked. And as he's sitting there processing, the doors kind of open again, and you see entering the room this time the advisor that you saw standing next to him, and it's part of the festival. And he's like, "Sire, there you are. I have been looking for you since the attack. I am so glad to have found you well."
Can I insight check him saying, "I'm so glad"? Because this seems like a lot of... he's very effusive about it. It's a 7.
I have better insight. I'll insight myself. So, I mean him, not myself, obviously.
You're gonna look inward.
That would be actually pretty... Oh, it's 9. Never mind.
Can I insight Can I insight the court processes, knowing how the Myrnia kingdom acts with how they treat the ruler there, to see if it's normal for him to sort of barge in?
Yep.
Would that be more of a history?
I don't know.
You can rule that as you like.
Actually, yeah. No, yeah, don't let me tell you what to do.
That's alright, it's only a 10,
I'm so
so it's not
bossy, oh my
much better.
god.
I mean, okay, so insight checks so far, like this guy seems to be pleased that he's found the ruler alive here. Seems legit. And in terms of how things operate here versus the kingdom, I mean, you've never seen anything like this, really, in terms of a ruler. Like, down in Mania, the floatess wouldn't be caught, with only, 2 guards just walking around her own kingdom. That's not a thing. She is surrounded by various advisors and counselors and people of import and, a whole flood of various nobles' daughters who are all sort of in court. This is quite odd in terms of just behavior in general from a ruler. You've never seen anything like this. Yeah, it's quite informal. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that you would know. Doesn't really give you any insight in terms of how this is working here, but you would know that in comparison.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Which perhaps is why you don't learn anything.
It's so different.
It's so different. Yeah, so, and the ruler looks up and is like, Palith, everyone, this is my my most trusted advisor, Palith Breezesage. Please, Palith, these fine adventurers, heroes, apologies,
heroes, yes.
I did not get your, are you colloquially known as something? I understand groups go by a name.
We are the Sidebars.
The Sidebars. Why?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that so familiar?
Oh, we are the people who saved the fashion show. At your service.
And the advisor sort of moves over to his shoulder and sort of starts to sort of whisper in his ear a little bit. And he's like, "Speak up, Palith. These people saved the Air Kingdom. Whatever you're trying to say to me, I'm sure that they can hear." And he was like, okay.
Yeah, Palith.
And he turns to sort of address you guys a little bit more and is like, these Sidebars are the one that the docks have the notices for. They are wanted on Isen.
Yeah, and are we in Isen? I don't think so.
Wanted is a strong word.
And does it say wanted for what? Like, we maybe wanted for tea or...
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Yes, it is lovely. Maybe some scones, pies, who knows?
The amount of times I try to invite someone around, I have to put up posters.
The ruler has now cocked like a very feathered kind of brow. It's sort of raised quite a lot. Like, it's not like he exactly has eyebrows, but you can definitely see the feathers above his brow, like, through the roof. Whereas the advisor is just stone-faced, like, very... and he was like, "I believe indeed they were wanted for crimes against the Bellis ruler, speaker, I think they call them."
Look, the thing is, I'm gonna level with you, okay? We are heroes. Heroes don't always gel with rulers. What we were doing is we're trying to save Isen, and we just needed to do that. And this crossed the ruler's path. And I'm frantically remembering if the palace guy was from the dock, from the from the water stone.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see, there was a kingdom underwater that was in trouble because something of theirs was hidden in this guy's place. And is it a crime to retrieve something that's stolen, even if it doesn't really, even if he broke the law, it's not a crime, I think. And she
Carol is like,
wait.
I do believe if you break the law, it is a crime. But
but
he's
it was
still he's still just sitting there. And he's still just sitting there listening to the story. He doesn't seem to be acting any particular way. He's just sitting in his chair, just relaxed, listening to you.
I think what Granny was trying to say, Archon, sire, I've heard you being called, is we are heroes and we do our best to help people. And sometimes helping people goes against the laws of whatever place. You have rulers that are very self-interested, that don't believe that bad things are happening. And what happened down in the Water Kingdom is similar to what is happening here. In terms of the air being bad, the water was bad. And we found a way to fix this. But there were...
So you know that the air is also bad.
We experienced weird things on our way up.
Yep, we've spoken to some of your constituents.
When air was formed, was there any sort of object that was imbued with power that helped keep it afloat?
Such as a stone, hypothetically?
I personally know not. I mean, I was not around when air was formed. Personally. I may seem like I've been the ruler here for a long time, and indeed I have, but not ageless, not forever.
Do they pass down stories between
You have
rulers?
a library.
We do have a very simple library. Honestly, paper is rare, as you can imagine. Trees are not something that grows up here. But we do have a library. We generally use other forms of recording.
How do you record your history? Are there statues? Fun clouds somewhere that we can look at?
Magically. We're able to record images and stories and replay as such.
So, do you have any stories of how this place was created?
And of course, they all live in the Museum of Eriseth.
Well, we probably should go check that out then and see if it's similar to the issues we've encountered elsewhere.
Before we step on any toes culturally, is this something that the general public could have access to? And if not, is it something that we as heroes could have access to?
This is a publicly visited place. I mean, most tourists to the Air Kingdom have stepped inside the Museum of Eriseth at some point or other, and children are taken there to understand how we have come to have this great kingdom in the sky.
But that's going to be the touristy, nice, fluffy cloud version. Is there a real version? Not saying that's not the real version.
Dark.
Is there a deeper, more informative, scholarly, academic version that exists?
It's everything we know is in the museum. We're not trying to hide anything. In fact, scholars have been researching for years on how to build up as much power as Eriseth must have once contained in order to make a kingdom this size, in order to redo what he has done, in order to not crash on the ground would be nice. There is much research being taken. I believe if somebody knew something, that would almost be treason to hide it at this point.
And just out of interest, any of these people mention anything about, any of your records mention anything about the big figures in the sky, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. See, you have been to the museum. Yes. There's a lot of references to Eriseth and some big sky figures. We have done a bit of research with the Cloud Giant Kingdom, of course, because, it must be them that also took part in the forming of this cloud kingdom. And indeed, they do have their own ability to live in the clouds, much the same as we do. So we are working with them quite closely to find a solution. They must have been involved back then. These large figures are all portrayed in the imagery and the stories. So
that's a great lead. Well, I think if you allow us, we would like to speak to those. I'm sorry, my sidebars. I should have sidebarred, but I think we should speak to those scientists and see what they know. Maybe we could add something to that.
Of course. I will make sure they make themselves available to you. If you're able to give us any kind of information on how to save the kingdom, I would be incredibly grateful. One of our lead scientists is a man called Dr. Larkin Verith. He is a very particular scientist, resides in the heart of the Grimshroud district. It's, he says, safer for some of his experimentation to be there.
There's currently an empty shop somewhere around there that would be
a
really good.
By a whole shop.
Yeah, that'd be a really good location for some of that. Have you ever come across the name Urzak? And then with Shape Water, she's going to shape the fire symbol that she got from reading the book, but it's going to be obviously in water.
Roll me a Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, it's a 19 on the dice. With
Nice. Okay.
With plus
If you
5, so
rolled low,
24.
If you rolled low, it's going to look like a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
There is an initial resistance. Like, you know what this symbol needs to look like, but as you go to try and make your magic, shape water, which is something that comes almost like so naturally to you. It's like, running your hand through your hair. It's like so easy to do, and there is a resistance to forming this shape that makes you have to work a lot harder than you should have normally to make it hold the shape, and you sort of have to force it there. And like you can almost feel the tension and the stress and the sweat, as you're like,
Canonically,
but you
she was always
to get
wet,
it.
but yeah, beads of sweat roll down.
Yes. Yeah. And the ruler sort of is looking at it. Archon's looking at it, and he's sort of shaking his head like, no, I've never seen this symbol before. Is it important?
Maybe. It's something we've come across, or you guys might not have come across it. Hey, look, it's Urzak's symbol.
If you do come across it, please let us know.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is quite odd tidings that you are also investigating what is going on. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, actually, because one of the things that caves made foggy and distant was the Empress of Arkvale coming to talk to me about some of the same things that you're mentioning now.
When did that happen?
Oh, quite recently, actually. She flew into town, as they say. We've met several times at the Council of Isen, She is indeed the ruler of Arkvale, a somewhat contentious nation, somewhat contentious ruler. And obviously the subject of much conversation right now with the treaty reaching its 1,000 years, needing to be released from its previous hold. Or not, as some of the rulers would prefer.
Yeah, Arkvale's definitely a nation.
Do you know much of the treaty of Arkvale?
Not a great lot of the treaty. I know a few Arkvalians, Arkvalites. I used to do business there a lot in my early life before I became an intrepid hero. Then
you know that they are not exactly free to do many things. Their trade restrictions, they're unable to even have more than one child. They must declare themselves, the tattoos that they must wear.
Arkvale is China? What?
Well, I'm sure that's why you know that you're doing business with Arkvalians, because they must display the tattoo, the punishment for their past crimes.
Of course.
I've never seen it before. What does it look like?
And he shows you a symbol.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Which
Swapping
totally
symbols.
Julz has.
Famously.
Already
So
created.
it's not one we've
Yep.
seen before, right? Yeah, okay.
You can
Yeah,
find that
I mean-
in the Fate of Isen wiki.
Yeah, so like Dexter would have seen this before, basically. It's almost like a brand that they have to display to mark them as being like a Arkvale member. It's not great, you know, and many generations have had to display this. It's but it's magically passed, so it's not even like they can get away with, you know, hiding a child that's born and the child not being branded or anything like that. Everybody was branded once upon a time, and the brand transfers.
You
So,
can
Wow.
smuggle a child out of Arkvale.
yeah, you would still see that mark upon their skin, clearly identifying them as somebody who has come from Arkvale at one point in time, was considered a traitor by the rest of Isen.
No, but these are just children.
Yep.
Sorry, Granny would have known about this, wouldn't she?
Yeah, most people would. Yeah, if you've been, like, in Isen, in the continent, you know that this is the case. It would make sense that Taryn wouldn't know much about this, being that you have been mostly underwater your entire life, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the most cruel thing. I always said that was 1,000 years of
Well, it is...
penitence is too much.
It is under contention right now, and perhaps that's why Empress Elbra Marama came to see me. I am one of the ones who would vote to release Arkvale from the treaty once and for all. We are done punishing the present for the crimes of the past.
Yeah, I agree.
I was gonna say, why did Caves want to hide that then? That you met with her?
Well, she was convinced that there was a link between the water, the earth, the air. Something odd is happening to Isen. She stated that she could feel Isen dying, crying out. Well, she's been speaking to all of the various speakers and the rulers. I know her plan is to speak with all. Indeed, she asked if she could meet a very special ruler in my realm in order to speak with one of the last that she must speak with in order to convince them that something needs to happen.
So is that very special ruler yourself, or are you hinting at someone else?
Can I trust you?
Pinky swear.
You saw how we tried to save people?
Have you ever stared at the place where we are not supposed to go in Isen? Even I with sailing over the top of everything. The one place in Isen that is safe from everyone but the people it was gifted to.
No.
Is this a giant place that we were talking to the painter about?
The one with the dragons?
No, I have not been there. It's forbidden.
Well,
Good boy.
I do follow some rules. Let it be known.
I'll take that surety and listen carefully when I say that what I say to you. The ruler of Arkvale could be done for treason for what I am about to say.
Do you trust your advisor?
Oh no, not another 1,000 years.
Yeah. And he says she visits. She goes to find and speak with the Queen of Dragons, the one that nobody knows who it is. And she goes to convince them that something is wrong with Isen and ask for their help. Because those in Isen think that she is trying to stir trouble, distract from the treaty, but she's growing impatient. She knows there is something wrong and she cannot get their assistance. I am convinced she is. Well, I was convinced, and then suddenly I wasn't convinced, and thanks to that strange portal opening and the creatures flying through, snapping me back into my right mind, I am convinced again that she is right. There is something wrong with the world. I mean, it would explain why our air is suddenly toxic, why we are falling from the sky with no change in how we have operated for thousands of years. Like, there is no reason for this to be happening other than something is going horribly wrong. She tells stories of the water poison and toxic. She tells stories of the earth killing crops in the ground. There are stories that the fire of the earth itself is dying out if this happens, then perhaps it is over for all of us.
She must have been truly desperate, but we have seen all of these things in person.
We've helped where we can.
The earth is dying. Crops don't grow, and the ones that have grown are wilting.
The water is poisoned.
Something very wrong.
There is something very wrong, and I fear it is linked to all of these places. You tell me that you are stealing things from a kingdom in order to return things in order to fix what is going on. Is it that you are trying to fix this?
We believe so.
I wish I could say that we would respect the laws and customs of the Air Kingdom. However, if those laws and customs go against helping solve what is going wrong, we will still go against them, at least in my mind, unfortunately. But something has to be done.
Yeah. Who asked about the advisor before?
I think I did, just to see if he still trusted the advisor.
Yeah,
I don't trust the advisor.
You look up and you can't see the advisor. You're not exactly sure when he disappeared out of this room, but he's not in the room anymore. Like, you were involved in a pretty hefty conversation, so it's entirely possible he just walked off, but...
Okay.
Not exactly sure where in the conversation he's left.
Where is your advisor, Archon? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure he's investigating what is going on in the throne room and the wider... I mean, there are a lot of people there injured and unsure what just happened.
A bit suspicious that he left like that? Are you sure you're...
No, he's been
do
my
you
advisor
not remember
for many
anything?
years.
Is he? What did he do when the Empress came over?
Well, he was here also. I will admit, he has advised me to vote against freeing Arkvale. He believes them to still be a threat, and threats are best contained. I feel that people who have a passion to govern themselves should be given the right to try.
Redemption is a virtue. The leader of Arkvale, they were going into this closed-off, forbidden place of the world. Do you know if they've managed to get in there?
I do not. I do know that she met a dragon here, which of course would be against all treaty rules.
We won't say that you're in neutral territory.
Thank you. When you tell me that you are wanted for breaking the law, well, if I felt that you were going to betray me and betray the Air Kingdom in this way, then, well, I can always turn you over to Belas for what you are wanted for.
Mutually
I feel we're on. Yes,
Yeah.
we are on even ground here. Dragon indeed took her.
So they're no longer on the island in the kingdom?
No. She left some days ago.
How did she summon the dragon?
It was agreed. I'm not sure who arranged it, to be honest. She didn't want to tell me. The less details I know, the better.
And did she have any friends here apart from you?
I do not believe so. She travels with no guard, no entourage. It's quite unusual for the ruler of a, nation, I guess.
Can't be so unusual. You don't have as many guards here yourself.
Well, that's because just look outside the door. And, if you look outside the door, there are guards right there.
Yeah.
And also, there is this. And he sort of pulls his own weapons off his back and he's like, try me, I guess. And he says it with like a big, like his beak kind of curves up a bit.
Yeah.
There's been enough bloodshed today.
He puts his sword back in. He's like, we have a saying in my culture, chicken.
They heal you for 4 points.
Does it? Is this part of this longer saying, chicken?
Yes, you know the concoction, the thing that we speak of.
I have
yes.
studied in the library in underwater. So.
Well, to return to the Empress, I believe she has the nation at heart. I do believe she is young. She is one of our youngest rulers, mainly because Arkvale does not believe in letting anybody too old rule Arkvale. She has a limited future. And I believe that knowing what is coming for her, and she is running out of time, she wants to do what is right for her people and leave them as the best that she can. And I believe that she thinks she is doing the right thing. Or I would not have let her meet somebody so... And it kind of shrugs like, this could get me, indeed, my own restrictions of the council. Although I'd like to see them try.
Yeah. Unless they're chicken.
He nods at you. Yeah. But, Arkvale has a history of, sedition, causing people to rally to the cause only to find that they were enslaved to a dictator. I mean, these are things that happened in the past, and some will not let them forget it. Yes. But caves, to go back. Caves were the ones that made that conversation foggy, which is odd, don't you think, to hide the fact that the conversation even occurred. I mean, that, and I even went a little foggy on the fact that we were sinking and that people are going missing, and that I have not found the solution to this issue, which is starting to weigh incredibly heavily on me.
Do you happen to know where the missing people have gone? We've always heard stories that they've come towards the ruler's castle, or even the museum, but...
There is a separate faction of guards that ferries them away.
Oh, the royal guard that assists those who need it to get the help that they need. I mean, there are so many falling ill. I believe the illness is actually to do with us sinking. Our people are not used to being so low.
But where are they being housed? Zephyr here, who's been standing in the corner, she's missing her sister, not just physically.
Not missing my sister, don't know what they're talking about.
Zephyr, that's on the type.
Internally as well. Caves made people forget many of the people that have been missing or forgotten.
Zephyr I haven't forgotten anyone, that's fine.
Don't think I would have forgotten having a sister. But the ruler is looking at Zephyr.
Know, orally.
Really? Taryn can shoot a knife made of ice out of their hand, yet memory stuff? No, that's too weird for this world.
Yeah. The ruler on high, however, is looking at Zephyr and is like, apologies, my lady. I see that you have received injuries, and let my servants assist. And he just kind of goes, makes a little kind of noise, and all of a sudden, air creatures just mist out of nowhere. And they just sort of go over to her and they just start rallying around her. Oh, your dress is torn. Come. We've got a whole wardrobe. We can fix this right up. They just sort of fuss her out of the room. And he was like, she doesn't remember orally?
No. She claims to have no sister.
Well, that's not very weird. I don't remember who Orally is either. Who are you talking about?
He's like, well, I mean, you're not from here, so that makes sense. But Orally is literally Zephyr's sister. Everybody knows that. Orally is the one who fills my wardrobes full of the finest clothes. I know who Orally is.
This dress only tore a little bit higher up than the slit already did during the fight. She's a very good crafter.
No, that sounds made up. Me and Zephyr, we're like a squad, and she would have told me if she had a sister. So,
I mean, if Barley was here, we could get a zone of truth going on, but
who's Barley? Jeez, you're just making people up now.
Okay, please tell me Granny remembers Barley.
Even I know Barley, and
Oh, please don't tell me you've forgotten our dear beloved helmet.
See, it's not nice to play with an old woman's heart, okay? Just stop making people up in front of me like that. There is...
We wouldn't make them up.
What could we gain from just making people up?
Well, what did you gain from making up a store? It was supposed to in the middle of town.
It was there.
Yeah. And the ruler sort of holds up a hand and leads over to Granny and is like, dear woman, do you remember where you came from before here?
Now they're doing a sidebar.
Yeah.
Well, of course I do. I came from Miasto, and I had a nice bakery in there. It was very peaceful. My granddaughter was with me. We had a very successful business.
So you remember you and your granddaughter and this successful bakery. Anybody else that you remember?
I heard that Granny had lots of grandchildren. That's every time that I heard all the stories.
I would remember lots of grandchildren. No, I just had Alinka, and she was lovely.
I know Alinka was your favourite, but you had others.
I don't think so. That sounds made up. I'm sorry.
And he turns to the two of you and is like, I'm sorry. I don't understand, but I have seen this before.
Seen what? A nice, self-actualized...
It must be linked.
Mature woman.
It must be linked to everything else that is happening. There are so many people that go missing, and then sometime later, people seem to have forgotten that anyone was missing at all.
I mean, that I agree with, but I just don't think you guys know anything about me, really. If you think I had many grandchildren and whoever those other people were, just crazy talk. Anyway, we do have to find those missing people, though.
Taryn's going to keep testing and just call out names. Do you remember Gloria Crustachon?
Oh yes, of course I do. I do not know where she left us, and she was kind of at the periphery, right, all the time. And then
we lost her in Balas, but and then
yes, we did.
Do you remember the witch in Balas? Her name was Samsara.
That witch.
She helped us.
Yeah, you met a time witch.
Oh yes, we did meet the time witch. I'm sorry.
She helped
Yes,
us.
of course I do.
But I also think she would be a really good candidate for learning about what caves did. Because I've never seen that magic before, regardless. And then...
It's like someone's taking notes or something.
Someone's just trying to rack brain. The daughter of the Floatess. She helped us too. Her name I actually don't remember.
I remember her, yes.
Perla Deplet.
There's nothing wrong with my memory.
But you don't remember Bardley.
I feel like maybe I should be asking, why did you make up a person, or who put an image of a person in your head to try and get me to remember it?
Oh, no, don't you flip this back on, Mers.
Oh, I mean...
What could we gain by lying about people? What could somebody gain about getting people into our head?
Look, I'm not lying, so somebody's not telling the truth then.
Not saying you're lying, you're just
Are you continuing to sit down with this granny, or are you getting quite animated? What's happening here at the table?
I feel like this kind of spell would be kind of weird and make you well, no, let's just question the reality of it. So Granny's kind of calm about it. She's like, no, okay. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's real.
Yeah,
that doesn't... whatever you say, Dexter. Whatever you say.
Mr. Archon, do you have a way to hypothetically dispel a magical effect that may or may not be affecting people?
Potentially. I have some people we could ask. I mean, the head nurse at the hospital is not bad at this sort of stuff. Sometimes we haven't done anything because it seems a horrible thing to remind people of their missing loved ones when they're living so happily in quiet knowledge that they didn't exist. Is that bad?
It's kind, but I think people would like to have memories of any missed people, to hold on to the good memories at least.
It just seems like so much is happening when my people are happy. It seems the least I can do. But you're probably right.
So do you mean there is a way to restore those memories? Has this been done before?
Well, we have some theories which we have tried out before. Some of our patients don't handle the return well and have ended up in permanent care at the hospital, to be very honest.
Do we need some wind glass for this to assist? Because we know a place.
We know a gal.
We know a gal.
You'd be better talking to the nurses, I believe, about that, but potentially I have heard of the properties of retaining memories of wind glass.
Well, somebody should be making notes, but... well, you're a cool chap. Alright, I'm just gonna go out and say it, okay? Have you heard of anything that could be known as an air stone.
An air stone.
Yes, it would be an artifact. It would be a powerful artifact that would have been very important to your society.
He shakes his head. He's like, no, I know nothing of an air stone. As I say, if somebody knew something about how to keep us in the air, it would be treason at this point to not tell us so that we could stop this fall, this descent.
Do you have a guardian? Or someone that looks after the land itself when you're not around?
Sure. I mean, my advisor, I have a few counselors I can rely on to run things when I go for council visits and various things. I mean, one of those will probably be my successor one day.
I feel like what Taryn was trying to ask is like a magical guardian.
Oh,
spiritual, elemental.
Yes, you may say somebody, some sort of being that's revered.
Well, I mean, there are many people made of air that live here in this kingdom.
I don't think we can translate the other situations directly onto air. Cool story, bro. That's the player saying.
Yeah,
Granny's less cool than that.
I mean, you can roll an insight check if you're like trying to figure out if he's like just not telling you something or like. You know, that's
does he seem foggy? Like, yeah, insight on like, does he seem like he's forgotten?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna roll. Oh no, okay, not bad. 21.
He seems pretty like he's very clear on that he's never heard of these things.
Huh.
Yeah.
And to be fair, other people haven't heard of them either, like in other places, except the ruler. So.
I mean, the ruler of, like, Ballas didn't even know what he had. He had a pretty blue stone.
Yeah.
That kind of looked like some coral.
The flow test knew, though.
Flow test did know. The flow test knew that something was missing from there, sort of. Well, actually, she sort of knew because she'd had dealings with the Water Temple Guardian. It's not actually why she sent you there.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, I think we sent ourselves there to collect it.
No, you were sent there to find her daughter, who had gone missing.
Oh, true, yes.
From a spring break.
The stone was the
Erkan.
daughters we made along the way.
Yeah. And in amongst the trash pirates and the, everything else that happened there. But
yeah, I'm still mad about trash pirates.
Yeah, I am also. All right, Erkan, the only thing I want to leave you with is once we go on and keep investigating this, what you should be doing is you and your most trusted should be looking for the airstone. If there's one thing you're doing, do that.
An airstone.
Yes.
Is this like a keystone, like a central locking of an archway, bridge thing? Like, is this...
What we've encountered before was an artifact. Well, it was quite big, isn't it? Like, what, like, the size of a nice bread loaf.
Cantaloupe.
Sourdough. That would speak to you, that you would feel that it is imbued with the power of the very element that you're surrounded by and made of. It sounds weird, but that's what the other stones we've seen
well, if you say it's important, then yes, I will have everybody I rule, which is everybody, looking for this stone.
Maybe keep it to the inner circle.
He laughs and he's like, yes, I am understanding the importance of what you're saying.
Exactly. Anything to add, Sidebars? Granny is very slow today. Player. Very slow.
No, that covers it. I think we've got next moves of things we can look into and try to get some information about the Air Kingdom and about where, if there hypothetically is a stone, where it could be.
I could check out the museum for that, get some more information.
And then, not wanting to insert us into the middle of the narrative, We want to talk to the Dragon Queen, as much as that is... I mean, it's treasonous, but what place do we belong to?
I mean,
What
if
place
it was
we
to
doing treason
accidentally
again?
happen.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps the first step could be speaking to the Empress of Arkvale. She may be able to...
Don't tell me I have to go to Arkvale.
He laughs.
Me and Arkvale are not on good terms. You think I'm wanted now?
Well, I don't believe that Arkvale is on good terms with particularly anybody. Could probably do with some friends right now.
Yeah, Arkvale's about putting past deeds aside and changing. Hopefully that also tracks on the individual level.
Well, I'm with the Empress. Whatever she finds out, I would be most curious to know. Anything to save my kingdom. I owe it to my people to investigate every possible solution to this issue. We are falling at a rate that is faster than ever, and I don't know how much time we have left before we crash into the ground.
Of course, it is a very scary thing. If we were to visit Arkvale, do you have some transport that we can use to get there? We kind of came up with the small goblin, and I don't know if I trust that guy.
The goblin I trust.
he's
The
like-
ship. That's a bit more sus.
Okay, that's true. The goblin is fine.
I do. You only need to come and request an audience again. I will make sure that the sidebars are granted an audience when they need one.
Could you put that in writing, though? I just want.
He goes, and he does that little whisper again, and like an air servant just pops out of nowhere, wanders over to the desk, grabs like some royal-looking kind of parchment with some seals and things already on it, starts scribbling out a little letter. Yeah, it looks like you're going to get your ask there.
Nice. Cool. Okay, I would like to tuck that away if it's given to me.
Yeah. It's like, and I implore you to visit the good doctor to see what he is working on also.
Yeah, what's his name again? Sorry.
If the stone turns out to be something that is hard to find, it would be working on all of... Yes.
I have Aston Erdzov.
Vereth.
Vereth.
Like Vireth. Vereth.
Vereth.
He is an odd sort, but brilliant. Brilliant
Ooh.
mind.
Right. I met an odd chap here. I wonder if it's the same guy.
The one who kidnapped you?
Yes, that's the same one, yes. Looks a little like... like there's like thunder in his hair and has very thick glasses.
Probably a visit to the hospital on the way might be well advised.
I dare say.
A few nurses.
Yeah.
Stop flirting with the nurses. This is unprofessional, Dexter. They're just trying to do their job.
As it kind of feels like we're like closing up audience with the ruler, can I shape water again into the symbol of the poppy music note and ask if he's seen this in any capacity?
Yeah. Yeah, you easily do that one, by the way.
Yeah,
that one
cool.
comes much. No problems with that one. And you shape it into the poppy music note. He's like, I know that one. That's the Forgotten.
What can you tell us about?
How ironic that you remembered.
And he sort of laughs, like uproariously, like you've told the funniest joke. And he's like, I know. I think that all the time. How odd it is that we remember the Forgotten.
What can you tell us about the Forgotten? What dealings have you had? What have you heard?
Well, I mean, they visit here every now and then, always looking for their odd little oddities. I mean, anything they find, they bring to me, let me know about. It's nothing major, little quirks here and there. They like to store away things. It's quite odd that the Forgotten are big on taking things away to remember, I assume.
They don't happen to coincide on their arrival with people going missing at all, do they? Like, if
I don't know. I've never really
people are
thought about
being
it.
taken and not being remembered, and they're no longer... Are they now forgotten?
Like, he's like... I guess that's a good question.
Do you know if there's any
They don't.
correlation between them? Because I've had dealings with them before, and I am not a fan.
Above table, Are we accusing the Forgotten of being human traffickers?
Maybe.
That's where we've got... Yeah, no, you really don't like them.
I like them less than I like caves. Caves?
Oh, okay. They're your caves. You've got a...
No, they are, yeah.
Like a blood feud with them.
Yeah. But Taryn just had that thought of they take things. Have they taken people? And is that why no one can remember them?
I do not know. They were quite interested in our museum. I have escorted them around it many times, but they always seemed quite polite and nice people.
Did they ask to look at anything in particular at the museum?
No, not particularly. They just walk around and have a look and, sort of visit with different people and, sort of high-level study conversations I tend to stay away from. It's nice to host them, of course, but not really much to do with me, if I'm honest. It's more of a diplomacy thing.
I see. She'll just tuck that information out. Yes, Granny.
I'm gonna whisper to Taryn.
Yes, Granny.
I'm sidebarring. Do you want to show this guy your book?
Do you think we trust him with the book?
I don't know what the book is about, but you seem to know what it is about, so...
I can't read it.
Exactly. Maybe he can.
She sort of, eyes between Granny and the ruler, and then back to Granny, and then slowly starts to unbuckle the book and pull it out. Have you seen anything like this before?
Sitting there, and he sort of leans over and he was like, oh, it's the Wibbly writing.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I take it you've seen something like that before.
Yeah. Once or twice, the Forgotten like to take that.
Yes.
They like the Wibbly writing. It's not something we've ever been able to do anything with, so...
How many items have you found with it?
Oh, there's been a couple across my time, nothing major.
And you don't have a way to unwiggle
it? No. It's odd. The writing doesn't want to be read, so it just kind of wibbles.
Please don't tell the Forgotten that we have it.
Right.
Please leave this with us.
So, right. Okay.
If that bit of information can be forgotten.
Yeah. But not for the Forgotten.
I guess we are now on a somewhat uneven terms.
Sorry.
I know hiding a dragon visit in my kingdom is quite large, but you're asking a few things now.
A couple, it's less than
we do hold information that would get you stripped of your power, because, treason and all that, so I feel like we're kind of square.
I see. A woman who knows blackmail.
But we are heroes.
My best friend Potsdam taught me well.
Wait. So you remember that person, but you don't remember Bardley. This needs fixing.
Immediately.
Who is this Bardley? I do not understand this whole session. Next we'll be shopping at a place that was never there, and also somebody will be calling my pies 8 out of 10. We just need to. I think we need lunch. How about it?
That sounds amazing.
Your memory is in a highly frustrating predicament.
Yeah, you go to stand up, and a letter falls out.
From where?
Yeah. You can't just say that.
Exactly. You might remember that Tammy tucked a envelope away. And so you go to stand up, and this envelope just kind of falls out and lands on the ground.
Am I able to try to catch it before it does?
Sure.
Roll for it?
Yeah, what do you want?
Dexterity, I guess.
Would it be particularly acrobatic?
Yeah, sure.
Hey. Oh, it's a 16. I got a long
backflip.
Always got a chunky modifier.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna fight him for it, feel free to roll an acrobatics check against him.
That's right, Granny. You're gonna wish you'd forgotten.
If you're not planning on fighting for it, then I guess you can just let it fall. Up to you.
Well, me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no. I thought Dexter was doing the acrobatics thing.
It's from your pocket.
He is, but it fell out of you.
Goodness. Okay, I'm gonna do sleight of hand for this. Is that okay?
Yep, sure.
Oh no.
Okay. So you go to grab for this, whatever this thing is that's fallen out, and Dexter easily picks it up. And on the front of this, you see sidebars. Just the word sidebars.
Well, let's do us then.
Is it scrawled like it's been written really quickly, or does it look like
Very
it's been...
quickly.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you'd excuse us, Sir Archon person, we've got a sidebar over there while we look at this letter.
Oh, you are welcome to go.
We could also do that.
we like it here. It's quite private, if that's all right. And we're just
Right.
being dicks.
And he stands
good
kind
vibe.
of like, he stands from his very long table where he is clearly sitting in like the chair, and he goes, I'll leave you to it then. Like, stands up out of his own like war room essentially.
Taryn will curtsy behind him as a thanks.
You've been a
Guards
great
just
audience.
appear. Various entourage just appears, which has clearly just been standing there the entire time. By the way, every time someone mists into being to do a thing, they seem to mist back out again, and it's like they're just waiting for him to need something. So while it looks like he's been in here by himself the whole time, he clearly has not been.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he walks out and he's off to, I don't know, do something, but he's clearly done. With this
Check on his
entire
people, I
conversation.
hope.
Probably check on his people, but you don't know. And you are left standing, all hovered over a very sort of, I say envelope, but it's really just kind of like a folded piece of paper, which just has sidebars on the front of it.
Gonna open it.
Yep.
But at arm's length, because I don't know what could pop out of this thing.
Glitter bomb.
Okay.
Wasps.
Not
What
more
you see on the inside is clearly more carefully written. Like this might have been prepared with sort of a plan to hand it to someone in particular or something on the inside. And the first words that you read sort of give that away as you read Dexter. Yeah.
Oh. Granny, did somebody mistake you for a post box recently? How many more letters have you got on you?
I don't know. I'm gonna tap my sequin outfit.
Yeah.
Shaking my skirts and stuff.
Roll me a history check to remember how this happened. Like
Oh my God.
how the letter, like if you care.
I do care. Of course I care.
Is this like the shopping game where you accidentally put something on purpose into someone else's shopping cart and see if they notice?
9.
Is this an
9?
Impractical Jokers?
You vaguely remember that this happened in that weird kind of moment where you just kind of like came to after a weird time stop moment, and then you had an envelope on you. But this was directly after, obviously, Dexter had gone in to fight Cavs.
Now I remember.
Do you know what I mean? Like directly after, like
Yeah.
Dexter had launched himself at Tammy. And then time stopped, and then you had this letter. So maybe the original plan was to give this to Dexter when she wrote it, but then Dexter was attacking her, so
Oops.
you know, like
Yeah.
something clearly happened, right? It's the sidebars on the outside is much more scribbled, definitely not tidy. You say, I don't know if you will believe me, or even if I deserve to be believed. There are some things I wish I could tell you outright. Well, some chains don't show on wrists, and mine hold my tongue as much as my hands. What I can say is this. I have regrets, more than I can name, more than I am allowed to name. If I could go back to that night, to the choice that I made, I would. But the past has its teeth in me, and I can't shake it free alone. The others don't know. They mustn't know. If they did, the cost would fall on us all. Keep this quiet. Keep this tucked away. Pretend you never saw it. Until you must act. You're not going to go. You're not going to know when that is. Until it is. I will be waiting. When you come back to me, ask for the favor that I promised. Ask me for the favor that I promised. But don't tarry too long. Things are moving now, and things are coming, and I can't stop it. T.
Are you too
familiar
shining?
with Dexter?
Do we know a T?
Wait, Destiny? No.
What did you call me?
Destiny. And that's the end of the episode.
Whee!
Who is the mysterious T? I don't know. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. And we hope to see you again. If you are listening to this on the podcast app of your choice, maybe come along to the live stream to catch the action directly as it happens. We stream every second Wednesday, NZ DT, 7:30 p.m. With a small delay sometimes. Apologies for that. And we would really love to see you here. Many amazing people are involved with the production of this podcast, and I am very, very grateful for their hard work and dedication and patience every single episode. So I want to give a big shout out to my partner in crime, Brad Zimmerman, who I saw pop into chat there at the end. So hi, Brad. Hope you enjoyed the ending of that. And he is obviously the editor of Polished Episodes, responsible for World of Isen and Book One, and just an all-around good guy keeping us afloat. Thank you to Amy Ward Art, our glitteriest moderator, keeping our live streams chat a wholesome, hilarious place to be, supplying some of the artwork that we have, and supplying some of the sound checks when Julia can't be there to do sound checks. Always appreciated. Thank you, Amy, for just always filling in to do what needs doing. It's lovely to know that you got my back. Thank you to Samsara, referred to in this episode, the Time Witch, the lovely lady over in Port Bellis who zapped you out of trouble. Samsara also in real life is the creator of our OBS stream here, Outlay, and helping us go live every week, every fortnight, which is great. Haunted Sandwich, thank you very much for the character art they designed for our sidebars. Ada Mercer Photography for capturing our players in real life. And we are proud members of Kiwi RPG and really encourage you to go check out what is happening over in the Kiwi RPG spaces, because there's some great podcasts, some great streams, some great things that are being created all the time. And Kiwi creators are just awesome. So lots of that in your life. And of course, this podcast would not be able to keep going without the patrons who keep the lights on in Isen HQ and make the fate of Isen a delightful home on the internet. We're so grateful for your support. So I want to say a big thank you to Alex Wayne Robertson, Irene Curchi, Laura Christine Goodwin, Sam Malcolm, Kay, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Squish, Malcolm Crowe is dead for most of the Sixth Sense, Alexander Litkites, K.S. the Fox, Ezekiel Tabarelli, Christian H, Disturbed 1NZ says the real life Win of the Forgotten says remember the forgotten. Well, he said meow, but we all know what he means, and we mentioned the forgotten this episode. Yay! Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey, hashtag Paul Smells, what has two butts and can kill you? Erika Jayne, Penny D, Aaron Gilgren, Danny Alberti, Lady of the Tea. Brew today is turmeric, active from Puka, a turmeric, orange, and ginger blend. Liz from Time Today, a D&D podcast. Paul Chalk, hashtag Thomas Cool, and Assassin, Maya and Laship. Thank you very much to our patrons who always keep our even our patron list a lovely list to read. You too can be a fatey for as little as $2 a month. Join the Discord and become one of the many fans I now consider friends and literally keeping the lights on. I know I said that before, but literally keeping the lights on. You help us in more ways than you know. So thank you very much. And before I go, I wanted to remind you that you have a hankering for more dice in your life. You can head on over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, use the promo code Fate of Isen, and you can get 10% off your entire order, which is a lovely little wee discount on us. And last but very, very much not least, especially today when it was all RP and all questions, and I am so grateful to you guys for how much you have picked up and invested and are so into the story that you've got all these cool questions you want to ask. So tasty. I'm going to throw it over to my amazing sidebars to say their farewells.
Kia ora, everybody. I've been Severin. I still am, but I've been playing the human monk Dexter Clementine. Good to have an episode where he is not facing death, and good to explore the world a bit more and the things that are happening within it. You can find me on Facebook at Severin Comedy Person, where I never post, on Instagram at UltraPB, or Ultra Particle Beam. I think I'm allowed the full one, but sometimes I have to truncate it. Character counts. And on the TikToks at Severin.piano. I posted a thing just right before the podcast. I did a nice little cover of a jazz standard from my grandma, and I'm like, let me share it with the people. So go along, have a look. Nice. It is about 3.5 minutes. So if you've got like a little bit of time in your life, you want to hear some good piano music, go check it out. And share
way too long, man.
I know.
Lost me there.
I have
3.5 329 is where it's at.
I'm limited by the form in which I express myself, and I am fully aware of this. In fact, I should do like little 30-second piano stings. That'd be lit. That might be the future of piano. Over to you, Erika.
Oh, hey, I'm Erika, and I play Taryn Grimm on the lore drop recent episode that we have had. So much lore, so much questions. It's going to be great to explore. I am Erika Jayne on Instagram and Starry-Eyed Harpy on TikTok, which I will use at some point. Over to you, Kasia.
Hi, I'm Kasia. You can find me on Instagram at Kasia Wayfinder. It's so easy. It's so easy to say and repeat. Kasia Wayfinder. And that's the end of my bit. Over to you, Julz.
And hey, everybody, I've been your girl. Your DM for book 2, Julz from NZ. You can find me pretty much there on all of the socials as Julz from NZ. Got some really cool stuff coming up soon, and I'm really, really excited to see you all in Auckland at Armageddon, hopefully, where I'll be visiting and saying hi to everybody up there. I'll be there for all 4 days. So pretty excited about that. And I'll be doing Balin's tomorrow. And also, if you want to come see Julz sing in real life, I will be doing a Halloween gig down at Cavern Club as well. We're going to dress up and have a good time and play a whole lot of music by a whole lot of dead artists just for fun. So, yeah, loads of cool stuff coming up. Really appreciate you guys all turning up every fortnight. Love your work. Love my players. Love everybody. Just lots of love out there in the world. Because the world needs more aroha. It really does. So with that, we're going to say e nohora, ka kite ano, and aroha nui. Goodbye. We will see you again soon, and we love you lots. Bye, team.
Move to Scotland. That's the new one. Get over to
Call
Scotland.
Brad on an international line from Scotland.
PSA, chew your food.
Chew your food, yes. And
Chew your
slowly.
foods.
Chew your foods.
And then call Brad afterwards.